Have you ever made a decision in secret? One that felt small, harmless even, only to realize later it had the power to change everything. The scariest thing about sexual sin isn't how it starts, it's how quietly it grows. Because the truth is this, we don't know how far it can come back to hunt us. And just as dangerously, we don't know what we lose in the process. So we get comfortable, we normalize it, we excuse it, until one day, the consequences are no longer silent. Let's talk about it. Sexual sin is more than just an action, it's any sexual thought, desire, or behavior that goes against God's design for purity. It includes lust, pornography, fornication, adultery, anything that pulls intimacy out of its God-given place and distorts it. And in a world where sin is celebrated, where impurity is entertainment, and where discipline is mocked, it becomes dangerously easy to blend in. But survival in this kind of environment requires something radical, a heart fully given to God, not partially, not occasionally, completely. Because if we don't fight to retain God in our knowledge, daily, intentionally, we will slowly lose our sensitivity to sin. What once convicted us will begin to comfort us. And that's where the danger begins. But there's another danger many people overlook: who you allow around you when you are most vulnerable. Because in your weakest moments, the wrong voice can push you toward destruction instead of pulling you back to truth. The wrong friend will normalize what God is warning you about. The wrong influence will help you justify what you should be fleeing. And sometimes it's not just temptation that leads us into sin, it's the people who make it easier to fall. Let me tell you a story. In the Bible, there was a man named Amnon, the son of King David. He had everything: status, power, privilege. But he also had something else, an unchecked desire. Amnon became obsessed with his half-sister Tamar. At first, it was just a thought. Then it became a fixation, then a plan. And eventually, it became a sin he could not undo. He violated Tamar, and in that moment what he thought would satisfy him destroyed him, because the same desire that once consumed him turned into hatred just as intense. That's the deception of sexual sin. It promises fulfillment, but delivers emptiness, shame, and destruction. But it didn't stop there. This one act didn't just affect Amnon, it tore through an entire family. Tamar was left broken and desolate. Absalom, her brother, was filled with rage and eventually murdered Amnon. And King David, once a man after God's own heart, watched his household unravel in pain, betrayal, and bloodshed. One decision, one moment of unrestrained desire, created a ripple effect of chaos. That's the power of sexual sin. It never stays contained. And yet, many of us live as if we're immune. We flirt with temptation. We entertain what we should resist. We justify what we should flee. Why? Because we think we're in control. But sin, especially sexual sin, has a way of turning control into captivity. So what's the answer? It's not just behavior modification. It's not just trying harder. It's transformation of the heart. We need a heart given fully to God, a heart that says, even when no one is watching, I choose purity. Even when it's hard, I choose obedience. Even when the world celebrates sin, I choose God. Because the only way to survive in an environment where sin is glorified is to remain rooted in truth, to fight daily through prayer, through discipline, through renewing your mind, to keep God at the center of your thoughts. But here's the hope. No matter how far someone has fallen, there is restoration. God is not just a judge, He is a redeemer. If you bring your sin to Him in true repentance, He doesn't just forgive, He cleanses, He restores, He removes guilt, He gives you a new beginning. And yes, even the consequences that seem inevitable, God has the power to intervene, to heal, and to rewrite your story. But it starts with surrender. So today, ask yourself, what am I tolerating that is slowly destroying me? What have I become comfortable with that God is calling me to leave behind? Because the power of sexual sin is real, but the power of God is greater. And where sin once had control, grace can take over, if you choose it. Don't wait until the consequences speak louder than conviction. Choose purity. Choose God. Choose life. If this message spoke to you, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with anyone that needs to hear it. It's not condemnation, but a call to repentance towards restoration. God is waiting with arms stretched wide to receive you. Like and subscribe. See you on the next one. God bless you.